Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Now we have a tendency to personalize this verse, and that's certainly true. That's the promise that we're given by God, is that if we hunger and thirst for His righteousness, we will be satisfied. But I think there's a little bit more to this verse. We have a tendency to think that everything should be equal, and then that's fair. Managers really like this because it creates simple rules. I can give everyone the same bonus, and I can punish everyone the same way. But doing that is not always fair. The example I often give is if you were to split a pizza between a ballerina and a football linebacker. If you split it equally, the ballerina is going to have a lot more than she really wants, and the football linebacker is going to have too little. That's not fair. In the workplace, you might have 2 employees who show up late 3 times this week. One is a person who's just out every night. Doesn't really care if they get to work on time. Could care less about doing a good job, an excellent job, and be enthusiastic and committed to the company. The other is a single parent struggling to find childcare for a sick kid. Now, do you want to treat them both equally, or do you want to treat them fairly? Do you want to take the employee who doesn't care if they're at work and maybe give them a little bit different disciplinary action? Maybe take the single parent who really wants to be at work, but circumstances got in the way. I think managers would really like to treat them fairly. And I believe God looks at us the same way. We might all read our Bibles, go to church, pray, all these other things. But when God looks at our hearts, and this is what the prophets tell us, and this is what Jesus tells us, when God looks at our hearts, He knows, are we just going through the motions, or do we really care to hear His voice and understand how to become more like Him to reach the rest of the world, to share His love, His joy, His peace with others around us? If we're treated equally, it won't be fair. If we're treated fairly, then we'll be satisfied. And I believe that's the righteousness that we all are seeking and hunger and thirst for.